kind of entertainment was taking hold. And ragtime was the thing, and big, brassy revues came into its own. The big names in the revue field were Flo Ziegfeld and the Follies, and the Schuberts in their passing shows. Our next guest, Blossom Seeley, performed in the passing shows and other Schubert shows, so let's greet Miss Blossom Seeley.
Oh, Jim, you're a rascal. Say some nice things.
Oh, well, listen, I'd love to say nice things about you. What I want to know first is, when did all this begin, your career in the theater?
Well, what little career I've had started in San Francisco.
Yes? And
Yes.
what year was this? Can we ask?
Well, I'm going to say, oh, sure, everybody knows. I might as well tell the youngsters.
All right.
1911 in San Francisco.
In what kind of a performance, Blossom?
It was a little stock company, and there were many stars that are stars today that were young then at that time who finally got their opportunity. And I used to just go out, what they used to call a curtain, just room enough to go out and sing a song between the change of scenery.
Well, when did you make the big jump to New York?
Well, a knock came on my door after one performance, and I opened the door, and the man said to me, "Are you Blossom Seeley?" I said, "I hope so." And he said to me, "How would you like to go to New York?" I said, "New York? Who doesn't want to go to New York?" And he said, "Well, we'd like to have you in New York." A gentleman called Lou Fields there, who's having a show on Broadway, and he has sent us out to look you over and took me to New York.
Was this the team of Weber and Fields?
That was
Lou
famous,
Fields?
only it was Lou Fields alone at that time.
Uh-huh.
They were famously known as Weber and Fields.
And what sort of
all my
performance
time.
did you give on the Broadway stage?
Well, my first number in the show was a song called Toddling the Totolo. It was written by Ray Getz and Baldwin Sloan, very famous composer.
I don't think we know that.
Well, of course you wouldn't know it, but it's funny if you... Well, I was just going to say something, give somebody a plug, but I won't. It's a song that had its first beat. Now, we didn't have much in our orchestra in those days. Very simple orchestrations. But I had a way of making myself have the rhythm and the beat. So what did I do? Tap my toe. Then you give it the beat like that. And you slide, and you do toddle, 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 and away you go to that tune. It's all around your ear. Each note dipped in honey, dear, oh, and so on.
You still have the beat, Blossom. That's great. Now, you were in the passing shows. What were some of the other Broadway musicals?
Well, the passing shows at the Winter Garden I told you about. I was also in Stop, Look, and Listen. That was an Irving Berlin production at the Globe Theater. I was also in a show called Town Topics, which was at the Old Century Theater. I was also did Girl Crazy in Chicago while Miss Merman was doing the show here at the Alvin Theater. I have also been at Ziegfeld Roof for many, many, many months. I was up there for Mr. Ziegfeld.
That's at Broadway and 42nd Street.
Well, it was then.
It was,
yes, it was then, yes. Now, of course, we know it's on 6th Avenue, and a very famous theater which houses all your shows.
Yeah. Well, when you made your Broadway debut, did you have to kind of compete with other big stars who had already established themselves?
Oh, honey, I was in a show at the Winter Garden called The Whirl of Society, the second big show that was ever done at the Winter Garden. And Mr. Jolson, Al Jolson, Nora Bayes, Marion Harris were all in the cast, so you had competition. You didn't have it to yourself.
Exactly.
You have to know that you had something to offer.
Well, we know all these names, Blossom. You stay right here with me, and we'll be back in just 1 minute.